Good morning, everyone. It's Liz from West Star Tarot, and it is May 29th, 2025. We are just a couple days away from completing the Card of the Day May challenge, and I missed one day pulling a card. I missed many days recording, but considering how towery this month has been for me, how disruptive and challenging, I actually feel pretty good that I pulled a card every day but one. And I also think that pulling a card every day helped me get through this tumultuous month. So as I mentioned at the beginning, my life partner, who I was separated from, but we lived together, complicated, but life, passed away after 6 weeks in hospital. And that was in April. And it's just a lot when someone dies on every level, as I'm sure you all know. But in May 16th, we had the memorial service, which I was very anxious about because I was afraid it was just going to be out of control. It was lovely. I couldn't have asked for it to go any better than it did. It was really wonderful. My daughter and I both spoke. Several other people spoke. It was really quite lovely. And once again, I sit here and say, do your own ceremonies, do your own rituals. Don't let some outside agency, organization, do your own personal, important milestone rituals. It makes a difference. But there was a lot, there's a lot going on. And then the following weekend, I had about 10 or 12 people here each day, kind of a core group, on Saturday and Sunday. And we had a dumpster. And we weren't just throwing away my partner's things, but just things that had accumulated in this house. We moved into this house 20 years ago. And I am ashamed to say there were boxes in our basement that I had never unpacked after we moved here. So I decided, I'm not even going to look at those boxes. I just told the worker bees, just do what you want to do with that. So we did throw a lot of stuff in the dumpster, which pained me, but clothing, books, furniture are all being donated, and much of it already has been. So we started working on the garage and other parts of the house at 10 o'clock Saturday morning, and we were still at it at 7 o'clock that night. And I was physically, mentally, emotionally, completely exhausted. We sent out for pizza for dinner or something. I don't even remember. And so I thought, I can't wait to get to bed. I did not sleep one wink, not even a minute, not an hour. I did not sleep at all. I was so anxious for some reason. So Sunday we got up and I was already exhausted because I didn't sleep. And we did the basement. So we got through it, but I am still, so that was the 23rd, 24th, 25th. Sunday was the 25th. Today's the 29th. 4 days later, I am a little bit back in my body and in my brain, but there's still so many things. Like I was looking for Scotch tape. I'm like, where's the Scotch tape? Who the fuck knows? So it's just things like that. I was trying to think of a friend's name, and I'm like, what's her partner's name? I mean, my brain is fried and dull. But anyway, I am giving that background information. I don't know why. Here I sit in my pajamas. I haven't gotten dressed yet. I haven't washed up yet. But I have pulled my card. And I thought, what seems to happen is I get up in the morning, I pull my card or cards, and then I think, oh, I'll make the video later on. And then I just don't. So I thought, you guys don't care if I don't have makeup on or if I'm in my pajamas. So here I am. And the card that I pulled today is the Nine of Stones, Fulfillment. It's beautiful. Let's see if I can get it. So it's, yeah. So I saw this card and it was balm for me, for my soul, for my heart, even for my poor brain. And so I wanted to just read what I wrote in my journal. So the question was, whoops, I lost my spot here. The question was, sorry, I lost my place in my book. Here we go. The question was, how do I recover from the onslaught of activities, good and bad, lack of sleep, death and dying, changing house setup, feeling overwhelmed and dull? And I pulled the Nine of Stones, as I showed you. So this is 9 green stones. We have some roses in the front and these beautiful purple grapes hanging lushly and fully and juicily from the vine. And then we have this vineyard, a beautiful green field reaching all the way to the horizon. So I looked at that card, and just seeing that card was visually healing for me. And I particularly concentrated on the rose. Because rose is a heart-healing, physical and metaphysical plant, a spirit that I work with all the time. I have this rose petal elixir that I take every day. In fact, I think I'll take some right now. Oh, so delicious. And it's soothing my sore throat too, the glycerin. So that was my question. And I got the Nine of Stones, fulfillment. So we might think about the Nine of Pentacles, the lady in the garden with the falcon and the snail and the abundance. But my first reaction is to a beautiful green field stretches onto the horizon. My first reaction is to feed myself. Not just food to eat, but with nature. Walk by the beach, sit in my yard, go see a sunset, work in the garden, play with my cards, heal with my crystals and herbs, play with my friends, fill myself up with healing, fun, soothing, calming activities. So that was my reaction to that card. And the book talks about the green tourmaline, which is the stone, and I forgot to pull them over. I have a little basket of little small green tourmaline, so I'm going to put those on my altar. So it talks about the circle of stones and the grapes hanging on the vines in abundance, indicate the fruits of our vines are ripe for harvest. And then it goes on to talk about rose. So here we see applications of this card. Buy yourself a dozen roses. Spritz yourself with a rose hydrosol, or find a rose quartz to connect with the energy of the rose ray. Doing so will help you stay in your heart center. And I would add to that, heal my heart center. So as I mentioned, I take my rose petal elixir every day, and I just wanted to show you the Rosa rugosa in my yard is in bloom right now. And so I started making this year's batch of elixir. So you could see you put the petals in and then you pour the glycerin over. And this is just 1 day's worth. And I will keep adding the roses and glycerin until we get to the top, and using a knife or a chopstick to keep pushing the plant material underneath to make sure that it doesn't get moldy. This is today's basket full of rose petals that I will be adding into that jar, and probably there's enough here to start another jar. Man, I mean, thank you for this card. It's just really, really germane to what I needed. This is from last year. So this is what this turns into. I'm reading a lot about alchemy and studying alchemy, and I really feel as an herbalist, this is an alchemical situation. It's a transformation from two separate things, rose petals and glycerin, into this beautiful combination where they've transformed and come together, a conjunction of one substance, not two separate ones. So I've also been thinking about not alchemy just in a scientific way or a metaphysical way, but alchemy as a healing. So how we can transform ourselves from one state of being to another state of being in a better place, a better way. So I've been thinking about alchemy as well. One other card I wanted to mention. So I think I told you all that I've been also using this oracle, the Dreaming Waves Oracle, which I just love. The guidebook is so good. So I had asked about, let me see, I think it's important to know the question. Guidance for moving forward away from those things that that are not helpful or healing. So I was reflecting on just feeling like I was overwhelmed. I had a nightmare. I have lack of sleep, fear, meltdown, 9 of Swordsy kind of feeling. And so I wanted to reflect on that. And so I pulled from this, the world is your oyster, which is manifestation, which is a buzzword for me that can kind of not always go well. So you have the ability to achieve anything, limitless potential. Claim your power. An oyster turns, this is the important part to me, an oyster turns a grain of sand into a pearl, not by waiting, but by transforming it with patience and persistence. You have the ability to shape your own destiny, turning even small opportunities into something extraordinary. So I'm not going to read the rest of this, but I thought there was a connection there between what that card was saying and my studying and thinking about alchemy in terms of healing and transforming ourselves. So that oyster, that little grain of sand that gets inside the oyster and irritates it, it changes that into a beautiful pearl. And as the booklet said, not by just sitting there waiting, but by patiently transforming and working on transforming, actively trying and working towards transformation. So, oyster, fulfillment, roses, and grapes, and green tourmaline. That is what is helping me heal. And even just going out this morning to pick the rose petals was a healing experience. So anyway, I do feel a little regretful that I've been halfway making the videos, but I feel like the point of these challenges, like I don't think Kay is sitting there in Oregon looking at the folks who are participating in this, giving us even though she is a teacher, giving us marks on the amount of videos we're making. Rather, I think the point is, are we getting something out of this practice? And I truly am. I have, as I mentioned, pulled a card every day. It's May 29th. So for 28 of the 29 days, I've pulled a card. And for the most part, they've been insightful and healing and helpful. So anyway, we have the 30th and 31st. And I'm interested to see how the month ends up. And as always, thank you to Kay for this beautiful challenge. It's been really great. And as always, peace and love.